Hi guys! Another month, another readathon, and I am so excited about this month because I am going to be joining the Asian Readathon hosted by Cindy and a bunch of other people, and I'm super excited for it. I don't read a lot of Asian literature or Asian inspired literature, and I want to change that. I find Asian history fascinating and I want to expand my knowledge of it. So there are 5 challenges, but there's an added twist where every book you choose has to represent a different Asian ethnicity. So you can't read 2 Japanese books or 2 Chinese books. You're supposed to expand your horizons to try to represent more of Asia. So the first challenge is to read any book by an Asian author, and I chose Empress Orchid by Anchee, and she is Chinese. This is a historical fiction book about the last Empress of China from her point of view as China falls into ruin around her. I know nothing about Chinese history, but I want to change that because I think it's fascinating, and I'm hoping that this will help me at least see a little bit of the end of the Chinese Empire era. I haven't read historical fiction in a very long time, so I'm actually really excited to get back to it. The next challenge is to read a graphic novel featuring an Asian main character or written or drawn by an Asian author, and I'm choosing My Giant Nerd Boyfriend by Fishball. This is a Malaysian webcomic, and it's just these short little snippets of really humorous slice of life anecdotes about having a giant nerd boyfriend, and I can definitely relate to that. So I thought this would be very fun to read. I started flipping through it and it looks super cute, so I'm very much looking forward to reading that. Challenge number 3 is to read a book about an intersectional Asian character or written by an intersectional Asian author, and I'm using The Black Tides of Heaven by J.Y. Yang. This is a fantasy novella that I've heard a lot of good things about. I haven't heard anything negative about it actually, and I know it's Asian inspired, it's intersectional in that I don't think the children of this world are given genders until they can decide what gender they want to be when they're older. And I think there's other representation in here too as far as LGBTQ+. I'm not really sure, but I know it has a ton of politics, and it's the first book in a series, and it's been on my list for a while, so I'm really hoping I will enjoy this. And it's very short, so that should be good for this readathon. And the author is Singaporean. The next challenge is to read a book that's translated from its native language, and I'm using The Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. And it's a fictional story about a woman who's not really living up to people's expectations, so she goes to work at a convenience store in order to appease them. And it's supposed to be a look at Japanese society and nonconformity and how people view each other, and it looks really interesting. It's a lot shorter than I expected it to be. It's only like a little over 100 pages, and the writing is like huge. So that'll also be good for this readathon. But this is not something that I would normally read. It is something that I wanted to read before this readathon, but it's not my usual genre. I mean, fantasy is my usual genre, so a lot of this is outside of that, but this one even more so because it's a sort of contemporary adult work. So I'm really interested to see how I'll get on with this. I'm very interested in Japanese society, and I'm going to Japan later this summer, and I'm so excited. So I'm hoping that I'll learn a lot from this and I will enjoy it. And the last challenge is to read the group book, which is 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, edited by Ellen O and Elsie Chapman. And this is a collection of retellings of 15 different Asian myths and folktales, and I'm so excited for it. I love myths, and I don't know very much Asian mythology, so I am looking forward to this so much. I actually already started it a bit because I was too excited, and I really am loving it so far. And I would have never picked it up if it weren't for this readathon, so I'm very happy about that, and I'm really excited to continue it. So that's all of the challenges for the Asian readathon. I hope that I'll be able to complete it. I think I will, just because I'm super excited about it right now. But in case I finish it and I'm still in the mood for Asian inspired books, I'm also adding Tai-Pan to this list. It's by James Clavell. It is not Own Voices. I'm pretty sure James Clavell is a white man, but it's Chinese historical fiction, and it's on my shelf, so I should read it. It's probably about a war. I'm not sure, there's no summary on the back, but I've read a book by James Clavell a while ago. I read Shogun, which is Japanese historical fiction, and it was definitely interesting, if kind of traumatic and gory. So this will probably be similar, but I'm interested to see what he does with Chinese historical fiction. And as I'm taking my little tea break. I am also reading a nonfiction. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it this month. I've been reading it for a while, sort of on and off. It's The Story of Tea by Mary Lou and Robert J. Heiss. It's very big, so I don't expect to finish it anytime soon, but considering I'm going to be in a very Asian mood the whole time, I will probably be reading parts of this as well. It's just a basic history of tea and also sort of an instruction manual, I think. I haven't really gotten to that part yet, but I love tea. I'm fascinated by tea and I want to know all about the history of tea, so I will probably be reading this on and off. I don't know if I'll finish it, just throwing it in here just because I will be reading it. And then the last book that has nothing to do with Asian anything or the Asian Readathon, but I started reading it, so I'm going to continue it, and it's The Book of Speculation by Erika Swyler. This is a kind of dark, mystical family saga that involves tarot cards and circuses and carnivals and a curse from the 1700s. I'm finding it a little bit weird. The characters are definitely not likable, and it moves a little slow. The narration style is a little odd. It's a dual timeline novel and the concept is really interesting, so I'm probably going to finish it this month too. So that's all of the books I plan to read in May. Hopefully I'll be able to complete all of my challenges and then read a little more on the side like I did in April, but I don't know, I might run out of my sort of reading steam that I've had for the last month. We'll see. If you're participating in the Asian Readathon, let me know what you're planning to read. I'm very interested in finding new Asian books, even though I don't need to expand my TBR at all. That's not going to stop me though. But I'm very excited for this readathon, and I hope you'll join us if you haven't already. So I will see you later. Bye.